am standing on the deck of the lift that we have rented for the next 7 days. So we are going to be absolutely busting our butts to get as much done as we can this week. And this morning we're starting with the exterior gable ends of our house. I cannot wait to show you what we picked for those.
A lot of figuring out to do. Let's get to work.
The last material we haven't seen yet.
Can't wait to see what's hidden inside. The Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, now our kids have no excuse to misbehave.
I found it.
The material we chose for our gable ends was actually board and batten. So we're going to have our horizontal timber pieces from Everlog, and now we're going to have some vertical pieces from Everlog. It's all made from the same concrete material. However, it looks a little bit different because the board and batten is made to look like a more finished lumber.
The board portion of this siding is approximately 11 3/4 inches in total width. There are also gaps that need to be left between each one of those boards. Those gaps eventually get covered by all of our battens. The concern that we have going into this is that the uprights on our truss are set on 2-foot centers, which means we may have to go up there and add some backers to screw into, make sure things stay really nice and solid. This platform nice, so much bigger than the other ones we've had.
Yeah, twice as big.
Get all the siding up here, got a nice little workstation to cut things at.
Doesn't rock.
Love it.
I feel confident.
Let's see if I can figure this thing out. So far, so good.
Oh, those are so much more fragile than our other pieces.
Okay. All right, let's head up and see if we can't figure this out. All right, we're going up. You ready to ride?
I'm ready.
Better hold on to your butts.
My job is to be on the basket and make sure Jeremy doesn't crash into our house like he did last year.
No promises.
Okay.
How's that?
Looks good.
This is a lot more nerve-wracking to do with the finished siding up.
Yeah.
Remember last year when I drove or crashed it through the wall?
I do. I remember.
Let's not do that this year. Melissa, let down your hair.
I don't know, Jeremy. My hair is pretty brittle. You better use the ladder.
Let down your split ends.
Not a good idea.
The ladder works. We'll stick with the ladder.
So right off the bat, we do need to put all of our backers in. So I'm going to climb into the attic and Jeremy's going to screw from the outside. So as he mentioned before, our boards are 12 inches. Our uprights on our truss are 24. So we need to put a backer in the middle of every single one of our uprights.
Next one.
60.
Last one.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I swear, you need a new ladder. Every time.
Now I'm done. Does this do it for you?
Oh
No?
yeah. Always wanted a coal miner.
I know, Mama. It's all about making your dreams come true. That's what I'm here for.
We've decided that Jeremy's going to work inside the attic and I'm going to work out here. So I'll be screwing these in and he'll be guiding me as we go.
All right, Mama, try it.
Where are you? Here? This? Wait, this?
I'll holler at you if you're off. Just try to go straight into it and I'll help guide you along the way if you're a little off center.
I very ungracefully got all of the backers screwed in, so Jeremy's going to join me up here and we can finally get our first boards on.
That wasn't fun.
Ahoy down there.
Ahoy. Ahoy.
Ahoya.
Ahoy.
Dad's a bad influence.
Ahoy. Can I get a Ahoy?
Well, on that note, let's get to work, actual work. So we have our first piece set up here on our little workstation. We flipped the actual board over because it makes for a flatter surface to measure and mark and cut. We took some measurements for our first piece, drew our line, and things should work out so long as we did this correctly to where our leftover remnant can be used elsewhere, move down the wall. Let's try this first piece out, see how it goes. And pivot! Straight up, mama.
So do you think we should do all the battens as we go?
I didn't plan to, but yeah, we can. I don't see why that would make a difference, right?
Yeah, well, my thought was if we do all the boards and then like one of them's off and the batten doesn't fit, we won't be able to adjust it if we've got all the boards on.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. You gonna do that?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. First board is up. That went really well. You can see that these things attach to our walls through a couple of concrete flanges that are on both ends of each board. We're drilling pilot holes, getting our screws set through there. Works out really well. Next board will be butted right up to this one because we only have so much space to work with the bat itself. We're going to be putting these bats on as we go. That way, any leeway adjustments we have to make, we have the space and availability to actually make that happen. So we're going to keep plugging away, try to get this whole half of the wall done. Still so weird to me that this is all concrete.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they can do with concrete nowadays. Over.
Bird baths,
Over.
teeth.
It's a little too tight, Peter.
Oh, Wes.
Okay, admittedly, it has been a bit of a slow go so far, but this first little section is done. We have 2 boards up. We have 1 bat up. I think we have a good grasp of how this goes, and it looks good.
Yeah, it's always slow whenever we start a new project, but then once we figure it out, we can get rolling.
1, 2, down, up.
Oh,
And
oh, you're scraping.
over. Didn't it? It was just me. Oh.
Job is done, and I believe my calendar is filled with vacancies. Days ahead, I'm looking to. I've done all that's been asked of me. So honey, now I'm through trying to impress.
You don't need these hydraulics, do you? What happens if I cut one of these hydraulic lines?
How's it look, kids? You like it?
To have nowhere to be. 'Cause I got a pocket with a little cash, car with a tank of gas, and nowhere to be.
Well, it's getting later in the day. We did say that we were going to finish half of this wall. However, I don't think that's going to happen tonight. I need to go inside, get the kids something nutritious to eat for dinner.
I'm gonna do what I can, get as far as I can. The further down we get in this gable end, the shorter and lighter the pieces are getting. So I think you can head inside and make dinner. I can keep plugging away on this. We'll see how far we make it. We can only do what we can do, so.
Well, once again, I'm leaving Jeremy working, and I always feel so guilty when I do that. But when I'm working, I feel guilty that I'm not inside the house, especially when it gets to be around dinner time. So we have a rule that at dinner time, I go in because it's so important. Somebody needs to be in there to cook dinner and to spend time with the kids and to do reading practice. And we've only got 6 days left with the lift, so we've got to get these gable ends done because I think it's tied up after that. So it's really imperative that we get it done, but it's also a homeschool week. And so I'm homeschooling till noon every day, and we don't want to do that in the evenings. I know that's been suggested to us. Why don't you homeschool in the evening time? And that's because kids are done in the evening. They're tired. They kind of shut down. They're just done for the day. It's not a very good time to focus on teaching them new subjects and things like that. School comes first, so we wake up in the morning, we eat breakfast, we do school, and we get a late start, and that's just our reality right now. That's just where we are, but we're doing what we can, and I'm pretty hopeful that we can get it all done.
I've been searching my whole life for you. Never knowing when we'd be. You brought me to a place I never knew.
Morning, Mom.
Coffee in the morning to me is like a warm hug.
Oh, you want a hug, Mom?
Which is why we're partnering with Joby for today's video.
Right in the
But
head.
sometimes I want that warm hug in the afternoon. But I don't want to make a full pot. Joby Coffee Concentrate is my go-to delicious space-saving, time-saving, and money-saving option anytime that I need that warm coffee hug. To make Joby, simply add water or your preferred milk option and 1 to 2 teaspoons of your favorite Joby flavor. Joby is dairy-free, sugar-free, plant-powered, non-GMO, and ethically sourced. I started using Joby just because it was so convenient, but I've continued using it because it is so delicious. My favorite Joby is French vanilla over ice. If you guys love coffee like we do, go to buyjobycoffee.com/simpleliving, linked in our description below, and get 25% off your first order by using our code SimpleLiving. You ready to get to work?
Yeah.
Do you need a hug?
No!
I just got done with homeschool and Jeremy's been working for about an hour. We have a beautiful day, but we only have about 4 hours because Nevaeh has driver's ed today. We've got 2 days of sunshine and then we've got wind and rain in the forecast. So we're gonna see if we can get this done.
This morning I got 4 of these blocks built. They're gonna go around all of the exhaust vents that come out our exterior wall. We need to get them painted up. While they're drying, I'm gonna climb back in the attic, get our backers set for the board and batten. I'd like to get the other half of this cable end hopefully completed today.
For long years, and I don't know where I've gone, but I'm awake now, so withdrawn, like pennies on the beach.
Backers are in, let's get loaded up.
Gives Paul, no one sheds a tear. Life goes on, and the world gets colder every year. And you decide when you come or go, and you get me wondering if you'll let me know. And I'm waiting in the shadows down below. You get me wondering if it's worth wondering.
You're welcome to your office.
And you get me wondering if it's worth wondering. And you get me wondering if it's worth wondering.
All right, couple hours till you leave, let's go.
All my thoughts cloud my head and sweat inside my mind. Perspiration drips and waters down the tide like sea glass tumbling.
Well, Jeremy screws all the panels on. I try to get caught up on phone calls and emails, and I just got a call that our flooring is ready to pick up, and all of the tongue and groove for inside our house is going to be in this week, and the material for one of our interior accent walls. So we had kind of a lull in April on materials and just waiting for things, but May is looking crazy. This house is about to look very different. Are you excited for our flooring?
I'm excited, yeah.
More work?
I know, I was gonna say. I'm excited, but it sounds like a lot of work.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
It's gonna be a busy summer period.
It's gonna look so good. My snack. I'm getting ready to leave. I have to take Nevaeh to driver's ed, so I figured I would break into our snacks because Jeremy wants some, and I plan on taking these with
What
me.
do we have for snacks, Melissa?
We have some New Zealand salted caramels.
Caramels. Look, you said it. I'm so proud of you.
I just said it to make your day.
I feel like that's the first time I've ever heard you actually pronounce it correctly.
There was literally a note on here that said, I sent these because I wanted to hear you guys fight over whether it was caramels or caramels.
Really?
So the great debate. Yeah, that's what the sticky said on there, which I found super funny. Like, what about if
Yeah.
it's on popcorn? You say caramel
It's caramel
corn?
popcorn.
No one says that.
Yeah.
It's caramel corn, right?
Caramel corn.
I feel like it's not totally across the board. Like, you could say I like, ow. You could say I like caramel sauce. But then, like, it's caramel corn, right? Right? Caramel corn?
Caramel corn.
Yeah, not caramel corn. No one says that. So I have had salted chocolate before, which is fantastic. I have never had salted caramel before.
Caramel.
I love these.
Caramel.
They're delicious. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tonight.
You
I'm
going?
leaving. All right, bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for the caramel.
Caramel.
While Melissa's off the driver's ed, I'm gonna see what I can get done by myself. Let's talk careless mistakes for a second. So this morning when I got all of these blocks cut for our exhaust vents, I didn't take into account the fact that we're using a thinner siding than we were previously with the horizontal logs. Because of that, all of my buildup is now sticking out way past the siding, which means I have to take this apart, repaint it, pull this off, basically redo the whole thing. This is such a boneheaded move on my part, I swear. The worst part is I devoted like maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes to getting these things built this morning, and I didn't realize my mistake until I made my way all the way over to this portion of the wall. But it is what it is. Let's keep going. One more tiny little piece and we can move on to bats. Boy, am I on a roll today. So I have worked my way with the bats all the way up back to this block that was causing me some issues earlier, and come to find out after notching this bat, there's a wide gap here. And the only way to remedy it is gonna be to put this block back. Again, because I screwed up. Like a dum-dum. Looks like Mama's home. Welcome back. I can't wait to tell you about all the stupid things I did while you were gone.
Oh,
Oh!
what'd you do? It looks like you got it done.
Do you like my blocking?
I mean, it's different than this one.
So I put the board up. The block was really, really thick. I realized, hey, we don't need it to be that thick. So I took the board off. I left the OSB chunk behind.
Yeah.
Then when I came to set the bat, I trimmed around this, notched it out, and realized that that created a big void.
Yeah.
So then I had to grab the block and put it back. And then mind you, this was after removing everything, painting the OSB.
You look like Sam. Look at this. Okay, but what I don't understand is why did you put the OSB back on and the block if it's too thick? Why didn't you just put the block on and take the OSB off?
Because that makes too much sense. Where were you 20 minutes ago? This is what happens when you leave, Melissa. I need a supervisor because I can't be trusted by myself. I don't think anything from today is going to be going on the highlight reel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was perfect.
Given the series of boneheaded mistakes that I kept making yesterday afternoon, Melissa showed up. Those mistakes kind of persisted. So she talked me into just kind of calling it quits for the day. Leaving this alone, taking a little bit of a mental break. We're going to tackle it again this morning. Hopefully get the rest of this gable end wrapped up. We have maybe an hour and a half left of work left, and it should be totally done.
Yes, which is very, very exciting. However, we're not off to a very good start. I just stabbed myself in the thumb with a fork trying to pry the security tag off Nevaeh's prom dress.
Like a shoplifter.
She's going to prom in 48 hours and just discovered that they left the big security tag hanging from the gown. So I used forks to pry it off. Good news is she will not have to go to prom looking like a shoplifter. Bad news is I now have a heartbeat in my thumb.
Let's hope that's not an omen to the day.
Flat, I'm running out of life. Should I check on my heart when I'm on the other side? Got your foot on my neck, but I kinda like the view this time. When I'm on the other side. Catherine is running out.
Last one!
Smooth
sailing the whole time.
Then I hear a sound. All of my friends are up in grand applause. I'm learning only as good as my bad days.
All right, Mama, there it is. Looks good. Let's get it cleaned up, head back down, huh?
This week, we continued on with the build, and outside of the house is looking just how I imagined that it would. But it wasn't all work this week. We also took some time with the kids to take them to their favorite place to play, just to let them know that we appreciate them, and that we know it's been a long 2 years filled with change.
Side of the house is almost done.
So as we approach Mother's Day this week, I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate than to see my children enjoying a day just for them. If you ask a mother what she wants, she will almost always answer something to the effect of, "I just want to see you happy." And she's not pandering or seeking pity. She's being honest. That's what motherhood is. Daily actions that say I love you without actually having to say a word. We will happily stand in the background while wearing the funny little things that they say and the sweet little things that they do, and every single accomplishment like a crown. Our children are our greatest treasures, more valuable than any amount of money, more precious than any physical item could be. Their happiness becomes our happiness. And truly, there is no greater blessing, no higher honor than to carry the title of mother.